Hey everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, about to wrap up my second last interview for the day of 15 minutes of fame. There's been a lot today, and they're from all over the world, including my next guest. And guys, if you want your 15 minutes of fame, you've probably missed out because the last session is going to be on Thursday. You can check, but I think we're fully booked. But have a look, just in case we're not. But good news is next month that's February, isn't it? February, Valentine's month, we're going to be doing Stars on Spotlight. It's another series where we spotlight you and put you all over social media, totally free of charge. You go over all 14 different platforms with all your social media links, and we make you more famous than what you are, or we spotlight you as a star, either or. But speaking of stars, we have a star here with us today. I'm just trying to move my drink out of the way so I don't knock it over. We have Bea-Marie Aning. And Bea-Marie is an expansion mentor, peak performance trainer, energy medicine expert, and of course, international speaker. Right? She's in the personal and business development area. Company name is Moving River. Been in the industry a long, long time, some 15 years plus. And a brief description, we'll make it very brief, she'll tell you the rest. Moving River is a transformative coaching and mentoring business founded by Bea-Marie Aning, specializes in guiding ambitious, I lost my place, courageous women to step into their true leadership potential. And a lot of you ladies have got a lot of leadership potential, and you've got to step up to the plate. So rooted in innovative river flow method, Moving River combines neuroscience, quantum physics, and energy mastery to harmonize feminine and masculine energies, helping women break free from the social constraints and shift from scarcity to abundance. Isn't that what we all want? We want abundance in spades. So I'm going to tell you a bit more about her shortly. Interesting fact, a former career, she was an actress and loves do-it-yourself projects. And that's how I can relax. I get all that. Key achievements, #1 best-selling author, nomination for Best Speaker of the Year at the biggest women's empowerment event in 2024, so that's quite recent. Personal motto, everything you can imagine, you can have. Not bad, not bad. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. So I say, keep dreaming, guys. Keep dreaming. Make the dream scare you. So it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Bea-Marie. Good afternoon, Bea. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm great, Jeff. Thank you so much for having me.
No,
And thank you so much for the great introduction.
no, you know where to send my bottle of scotch. We talked about that earlier. No, just kidding. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career. Tell us all about it.
So, I've been a former actress for over 25 years.
Wow.
And at some point, I've also been a director and I also produced my own theater plays and I also was a producer for movies. But at some point, I was working with an way older actress and we were working on her character and going deeper and deeper. And at some point, she just stopped and looked at me and said, wow, you just really see me. I was like, well, yeah, that's my job. I need to, we need to get this out. And she was like, no, you see me. You
The,
really get me.
the vision, yep.
The vision. And I was like, oh, okay. That I
Interesting,
didn't
yep.
know that. I didn't know that. And then, like, I don't believe in coincidences, but there she was, a coach, and we were talking, and she was like, "Wow, you have really good self-awareness. Have you ever considered being a coach?"
Hmm.
And at that point in time, I thought, coaching was for athletes.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, coach, no, what? What? Nobody's paying for that, like I'm not a sports coach, so who would? And she was like, well, I'm a coach and I make seven figures. And I'm like,
Wow, yep.
oh, okay. So what's it? Let's talk about this a little bit more. And I became her apprentice, and like this whole world opened up to me. Like, how can we think that an athlete can get his A game on or her A game on, and we just do our little things and with our own in our own little minds and think that we can achieve everything by ourselves.
Mm. Correct.
As an actor, you have a director who mirrors you, who
That's right.
tells you what they're seeing. You cannot do that by yourself when you're on stage and in your own zone.
Yes.
So you need somebody from the outside. And the more I dove into that, and the more coaches I also worked with who mirrored me, who showed me my blind spots, who showed me my habits, how my default mechanisms, I was like, wow, this is like quantum leaping. Like in a year, I have healed and changed more than I have done in like, I don't know, 20 years.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
and this is where my passion comes from. I have experienced that on my soul, on my healing for my life, for my business. And I see that in my clients, when they walk away from a session with me, they're like, wow, okay, okay, let's do this.
I
Let's
love
do.
it. I love
They're
you.
empowered. They are changed.
I love
So
you. I
yeah.
love your energy. It's fantastic. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work and how have you overcome that?
Oh, self-doubt and imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
Like,
we all have that to start with. Yep.
right? Right? Like every woman I talk to, or like most men as well, but for women, being really, really little, we are told that basically we're not good enough by the industry.
Yeah,
We're
that's
not
right.
thin enough, we're not beautiful enough, we're none of this. So
Correct.
then when you come to the point where you step out and you show yourself, and
Yep.
then you're like, oh, should I really do that? Nah, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I need to learn more. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to
Sure.
do that. But then you have people, like, then you have your crowd, then you have your inner circle that holds you when you are low and that tells you, hey, you got this.
Yeah,
Look
correct.
what
They're the
you've
ones you
done.
want. They're the ones you want.
Yes. And if you don't have that, please, 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 everybody watching and listening to this, go find your inner circle. But if you don't have that, create you are your inner circle.
That's
You
right.
don't need outside
It was meant
validations.
to be. It's up to me.
Yes. Make yourself a glow list. A glow list means gratitude leads to outstanding wins. And make a list with all your achievements,
Yeah.
even if they're really, really tiny and
Yeah, and
small.
you'll surprise yourself. Like in a year, I just do like you. I do so much in a year, and I look back and go, I didn't do anything, and I go, wow, yes, I went here. I did this. Sometimes I think, oh, I've been to 9 countries. That's an achievement, you know,
Yeah.
compared to
And
most
so,
people who don't even leave their suburb. You know?
yes. Yes. And even sometimes a great achievement is to get up in the morning. You know,
Absolutely.
when
Yeah,
you're not in the state of mind, when you feel low, when you're depressed, when whatever it
yeah,
is,
that's right.
getting up in the morning sometimes is the biggest achievement.
Yeah,
And write
go for a
that
walk, go
down.
for a walk, come back and have a shower, and get moving.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
Movement's the key to it all is movement. Tell us about an important moment in your career that pretty much changed your direction. I guess it was that woman, as you were telling us earlier. That was part
Yes.
of it.
Yeah, that was part of it. Like from there on, I had so many people come into my life. Some of them didn't stay. They just came in,
Yeah,
gave a
sure.
really, really
That's
important
right.
comment
Yeah,
and like, oh, and it
yeah.
just changed. And since
You get it.
then,
I love all that because that's so true, right? You haven't
yeah,
got the same friends you had at school, right?
no,
You
no,
know.
I think I still have two from school,
Yeah, and
actually.
sometimes you haven't got the same husband or the same boyfriend. It just life goes on. You know, you go different.
Yes,
Your poles are, you go different directions. If you're mature enough, you move on, right? You know,
yes,
someone outgrew the other, or whatever. Or it's mutual. It's good when it's mutual. It's good when you can stay buddies, you know. But sometimes it's time to move on. In your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have helped contribute to your success over the years?
oh, resilience,
That's a good one to have. Yeah.
flexibility, flexibility,
Yes. Yeah.
and just openness. You need to
Yeah.
be
Willing to
open
learn. Yes. It. Yeah. We don't know it all.
and deep listening. Like
Yeah. Another
you
good
need to
one.
listen. You need to listen in between the lines and you need to listen to yourself.
Yeah.
We have we have forgotten how to listen to our intuition, to our gut,
Yeah,
to
and that's a
what
good
our
one.
body.
Gut feelings. I go on that one too. Gut feelings are very important. My
Yeah.
ex-wife, lovely lady she is, she was awesome. I'd meet some character and I'd say, "Oh, this guy's fantastic," blah 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 blah. And she'd tell me she was a very quiet girl. She'd tell me later, "No, that guy's a crook." I go, "No," and sure enough, I
Yeah.
lost my money and the guy was a crook.
Yeah. Yeah. My husband, he is so intuitive. Like he always says,
Yeah.
nah, I'm not. But he has such a good sense for people. So
Yes.
sometimes we just walk into a room and I'm like, okay, tell me. is that a good person? 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 That a good person?
Like it. Yeah,
He's like, yeah, nope, yep, nope, nope, nope.
yeah,
He's like
like,
a barometer, like a
yeah, yeah.
thermometer kind of.
I'm like a dog. If I wag my tail, I like you. It's invariably not wrong. If I wag my tail, I like you, and if I growl, there's something wrong. I don't like you, and I don't make out
Yeah.
I do. So that's pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can't love everybody. You got to love yourself. Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field?
Oh, I love that question. Like
Yeah,
my clients,
yeah, me
they keep
too.
me
They're a great
motivated.
help, aren't they?
Yes, because every time that I learn something new, I bring it to them
Absolutely.
and they reflect back how amazing it is and how it helps. And this keeps me going. And even just for me, learning new things
Yes,
is like it's like the universe is so big. Our world
I
is
know.
so big, and
Yeah, I feel that.
there's
Yeah,
so much to discover.
I
And
know.
that keeps me going because
I
I'm
shake my head. I think to myself, I won't be around long enough to learn all this. It's just so much. So
you know,
you got to sort of cherry pick it a bit and say, like example, there's about 20 countries I want to go to, but I want to spend time in them. So I probably won't get to the whole 20, but I'll get to the ones that I'll prioritize them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to learn everything. You don't have to
No,
see
that's right.
everything. But like you said, cherry picking. And for me right now, it's like epigenetics. Epigenetics is a field that just blows my mind.
So
And
go a bit deeper on that one. What's that about? Tell us. I don't know that word, so tell my audience.
oh, okay, so epigenetics says that you are not your genes.
Right,
When back in the day, it was like, oh yeah, that's your genes. Oh, you cannot do anything about this. Or that you
right.
got that from your parents, or you got that from your grandmother, or you got the blah 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 blah.
You've got to
No.
break the mold. Yep.
No, we're not determined on our genes or anything because
Yes.
everything, 99.99999% of our body is energy.
Yes.
0.001% is solid matter. I know this is really crazy to say that this here is
Yeah.
not solid
Yeah.
matter,
Yeah.
but when we can change energy in quantum physics, we do that all the time.
Yeah. Filling
Like
up, filling down. Yeah, I get it. Yep.
right? We believe in Wi-Fi. We
Yep.
believe in Bluetooth. We
Yep.
believe that those energies, connect everything, but we don't believe in our physical energy. We don't
Yes.
believe that with the energy of our mind, we can change other vibrations.
Yep.
But this is what epigenetics is about. You can change things with your mind. You can change the reality around you with your mind.
Yeah.
So,
Mindset's so super important. It's,
yeah,
you can decide I'm going to have a bad day or a good day. I mean, you might spill your first cup of coffee and think, oh, I'm going to have a bad day, and you
yeah.
will because
But
you
it's
pro.
not just about that. You can
Yeah.
actually change your physique. You can heal your eyesight.
hmm
You can heal your eyesight. You can heal your ears. You don't need
To
hearing
touch them.
aids
Yep.
you don't need glasses.
hmm
What you can do this. Our bodies are designed to heal themselves. But with
Yes.
everything that we put into it, with every radiation that we come across, we limit our body's ability to heal itself.
hmm
So, with our mind, with our knowledge, it's not just the mind, it's
hmm
not just our brain because our brain is stuck in the past. So, let's
Yep.
not talk about the brain. Let's talk about the mind and the greater thing that we have, the greater
Yes.
ability that we have. And with that, we can change everything.
Yeah, I love your train of thought. Tell us about a recent project or achievement. You've got quite a few, obviously, that you're particularly proud of. What
Well,
stands out?
so I'm creating a new program and
hmm
I'm already so in love with it because I have been birthing this for 12 months.
Good.
And I've just ran this program with three of my really good friends, but also really critical friends and
Yep.
really left-brained friends. They are not
Yep.
into energy. They're not into, when I talk about epigenetics, they're just like, oh,
Here
come
we go
on.
again.
Here we go
Right.
again. So I asked them to go through my program with me. And
Yes.
one of them, in the second week, she called me and was like, you know what? I just closed a client, like it was a high five number
Yep.
client. I was
Wow.
like, okay, so isn't that something that you do? And she's like, no, I've never done that. And that
Wow.
person There was not somebody that was in my orbit. That person just appeared.
Yeah, fantastic. Not
And
bad.
I was like, okay. So, and now I'm bringing it to an even bigger audience. Like I'm gonna do a proper beta testing with like
Yes.
20 women. So
Yep.
this is like all of those three women that I ran this with, they had such incredible breakthroughs
Wow.
and things like that happening, you know? And so, yeah, and this program is called Alpha, and it's about the new way of leadership because we're transitioning into a new Earth. We're
Yeah, new era.
transitioning into a
Yep.
new paradigm. There is a paradigm shift happening, and we need to step up as leaders. And there is a new way of leadership.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
And this is what Alpha is all about.
Yeah, you walk the talk, which is wonderful. Tell me, what advice would you give someone aspiring to follow in your footsteps? What would you tell them?
Do the work, to
Yeah,
not
that's
shy
true.
away from the
Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah.
Because if,
Nothing's overnight, is it? It's just continually growing like a plant, isn't it?
yeah. And I mean, you can quantum leap, you know, you can shorten certain processes, but you
Mhm.
still have to do them. You
Oh,
still have to
you
go through
shorten that
it.
by getting on the phone and talking to someone like yourself. Get a mentor, get someone to
Yeah.
help you, someone who's been where you want to go, and they can shorten the journey by years by
Yes.
telling you and showing you the mistakes they made. We've all made mistakes. Your mother told you the stove was hot, but you still had to touch it to find out, didn't you? You know,
Yeah. To prove
but
her wrong or to prove her right, you
yeah,
know?
that's the one. Yeah. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? It looks like you sound like you've got a big one coming up.
You know, one of my dreams is I want to inspire at least 1 million people.
Yep.
I
Lovely.
see myself as a bridge. I see myself as a bridge between, you know, the science and the woo-woo, the
Yep.
known and the
I
unknown.
like that
And
woo
I,
woo. Yeah.
yeah, and I help people, you know, step into the woo, step into the unknown. And because that's where the magic happens. This is where life gets really, really, really exciting. And I want at least 1 million people to experience that because
Yeah.
then the ripple effect will just,
The new Tony Robbins. Look out, Tony. She's coming for you.
I'm coming for your seat. Yes.
That's the one. Tell us, how can our listeners and people watching this wonderful show, how can they find out more about you? What's the best way?
Hit me up on my website,
Yeah.
movingriver.com, or you can also find me on socials, you know, on Facebook, it's Bea-Marie Aning, or on Instagram, you can find me moving_river. I'm on LinkedIn, also Bea-Marie Aning. I'm on YouTube, Moving River. So when you either take my name or Moving River, you will find me. And I would
Awesome.
love to hop in a conversation with you and get to know
Love
you.
it. And that's the way to learn, guys. Reach out, have a cup of costs you nothing, guys, to have with Zoom, to have a virtual cup of coffee. And you don't and my coach told me years ago, I didn't get it at the time, but it took me a while to sink in. About 10 years later, I woke up. You don't know what you don't know. And it's so true, guys. You're learning every day. And we can all learn from each other, guys. Hence, imagine how much I learned by doing these wonderful podcasts. Tell me, before we wrap it up, tell us an interesting fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
Oh, fun fact about me. Well, I love do it yourself projects. Like
Mhm.
this is the way for me to ground. Like
What's an
we just
example?
well, for my two kids, we build bunk beds from
Oh,
scratch. We
lovely.
build a tree house without a tree. And
Without a tree.
yeah, we didn't have a tree, but my kids were like, "We want a tree house." I was like, "Okay, let's build a tree house."
Right.
So we kind of build a tree and then we build a house around it.
Yeah,
So
awesome. Awesome. Yeah, love it. How many
yeah,
kids have you got, by the way?
I've got two,
Two.
like
Lovely. Yeah,
8 and 2.
very fortunate woman. Very fortunate woman. All right,
Thank
we're
you.
going to wrap it up now. Thank you for being a guest on the show today. And people, for you out there who want to have your 15 minutes of fame, like I said, but there may be a few spots left for Thursday, please feel free to have a look. Failing that, you've got Stars on Spotlight coming up all during the month of February. And we've got this wonderful guest on today. Any last words for us, Bea-Marie?
I'm just really, really grateful. And I wish all of you to just step into your purpose and step into what is your zone of genius.
Yeah, live life. We're not coming back, are we? This is not a dress rehearsal.
No, no, it is not.
You
And
know,
if you're not stepping up to do what you want in your life, then somebody else will hire you to help them achieve theirs.
that's right.
So,
Yeah,
so you better get on your show.
Yeah, if you've got a job that's just on broke, well, think about how you can break that cycle and get out and help the world and do something useful in the world. But thank you very much for being on the show today. All the best.
Thank you so much.